I wanted to mention earlier, I had a shot of espresso before I came, which was a mistake. It should have been Jägermeister or something else. But, I wanted to mention, this is, Creative Disruption is a series where this is part one. We are going to have others. And so if you're interested in hearing more about maybe our next speaker, which we have one tentatively lined up, which is going to be very good, probably as good as Gordon's talk today, please let us know, give us your card, somehow get to us, we'll get you on the list to get to the next one. But I want to, first of all, thank Fred and the team at Mandatech for all their help getting this together. It's been immense. The Senate's for doing all the video feed. But I want to just give a little commercial about Mandatech, and I don't want to memorize this, so I'm going to have to read it. Mandatech, you know, I don't know if anybody's heard of them, but they're a Chicago-based company here. Their company strives to increase clients' visibility and profits with technology. So a lot of what they do is they do consulting in custom ERP, financial accounting solutions, website design development, IT infrastructure support, and social media marketing consulting. And account management. So Michelle's their social media guru, and she does a lot of the social media for the company, and she's the master. So anyway, Links Local Naperville is kind of a new group we've been kind of working on. I'm the career strategies subgroup manager, and we're looking to build this area, and so we're really hoping to get more events and things like that. So please, if you're not a Link Local Naperville group member, get on. And we will definitely keep you informed on what's going on. And please contribute, add content, anything like that, share ideas, discussions, whatever, please share. So, Michelle? All right, thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Probably do need to dim the lights a little bit for the PowerPoint because I am a PowerPointy person, so. And wow, what a fantastic talk we just had from Gordon Miller. I actually took quite a few notes while he was talking on my presentation because so many of the things that he said were so on target with what I'm going to be talking about as well. And as you can see from the PowerPoint, it is your personal digital presence, managing it, monitoring it, owning it, and dominating it. And that's really crucial today. So, your personal digital presence, like I just said, you want to own it, you want to manage it, you want to monitor it, and you want to dominate it. And I'm going to be talking about each one of those because, you know, unless you've been sitting under a rock, you know that social media is a huge thing out there. How many of you do actively use LinkedIn, for instance? I would expect that pretty much everybody would. Okay. Great, you're there. It's a good thing to be on. But there are other components that can be part of your personal brand, your personal digital presence. Okay. And I am almost guaranteed, you know, Gordon said that he might get a few eye rolls, you know, throughout his presentation. And I looked at people, I didn't see any eye rolling. So I can almost guarantee, however, that I might get a couple of eye rolls during mine. So I'll be watching. So the first point on the personal digital presence is to own it. Sir, would you mind telling everybody your name? Do you mind, sir?
Oh, sure.
Sorry, yeah, I'm talking to you, sorry. First and last name, sorry.
Sure. Jeff Almer.
Jeff?
Almer.
Almer. Do you mind if I write it for everybody to see?
That's fine.
It sounds like maybe a magic trick or something.
Yeah. Almer, A-L-M?
E-R.
All right. Jeff, do you own that?
Nope.
Okay. How many of you, any of you own your domain, your name, your domain? Okay, a few of you, great.
I bought them for my kids.
Hey, all right, for Christmas, that's great. Love that. If you don't own your domain, might not be a bad idea to do that. I'll talk a little bit more about that. But it's your name, own it. Even if you don't put anything up on it right now, maybe later, it's your brand. Now, some of you might have a really, really common name, and it's going to be hard for you to get your own domain, but you can also be creative with that. So, you know, something to consider. That's your name, own it, okay? And like I said, I might get a few eye rolls out of that one. Each and every one of you, whether you're employed or unemployed, you already have an offline presence, list of accomplishments, a network of people, and a reputation, right? Each one of you does have that. Now what you want to think about is, if you haven't already done so, or if you have done so, you need to start making sure that you're putting all of these things online and, like Gordon was saying, keeping it fresh. You know, keeping it as something that's going to differentiate you from the rest, okay? So, here's where I ask the question, does owning your digital presence really matter? Does owning it really matter? And that's what I have to show you. Did it matter for him? I think so.
Him? The guy that did the picture originally? Or the,
Right,
or the,
okay.
Barack Obama?
Good point. Maybe both, right? Good point. Whether however you feel about his politics and what he's doing, how many of you feel that if he hadn't owned his digital presence, he may have had a harder time getting where he is today? Okay. Here's somebody who, maybe didn't have quite as wide a range of accomplishments as some other people who have made it to the presidency, but I'm telling you right now, he owned his digital presence, and he made it work for him, among other things, of course. So your personal digital presence, you also need to manage it, okay? And you want to make sure that you brand yourself before somebody else does. You want to make sure you brand yourself before somebody else does, okay? If you're in a position of leadership, you already know that people are looking at you. They're scrutinizing you. They're talking about you. You've been in a position of leadership, you know that that is definitely the case, right? So if you don't have control of your whole personal digital presence, and by that I mean you aren't putting, your accomplishments, your reputation, your presence, your network out there, somebody else who has a bone to pick with you might do it for you. And I have a good example of that. Fred, my partner Fred, he met with somebody just a couple weeks ago actually. And he was talking to her, she has a company, and they didn't have any digital presence really at all except for a website that was kind of static. And she said, we don't need to worry about it because we're not really on anything. We're not worried about it. And he said, okay, let's take a look. So he, Googled them. They had a digital presence. She had a digital presence too. Unfortunately for them and for her, there were reviews on there that were not favorable. And they didn't have anything on there to counteract those unfavorable reviews. So even though they thought they didn't have a digital presence, they did.